If you've ever wondered what not to wear to Paris for your big trip or how to avoid looking like a tourist in Europe, then you're going to love this video because I'm going to be breaking down what not to wear plus some suggestions about what to wear so you're not totally lost. If you've been watching my vlog for any length of time, then you know I'm actually preparing to go to Paris in September, and I've created an enormous packing list for myself, but it's something that I turned into a free guide for you. It has over 60 links to resources, so exact examples of what you could be taking with you to Paris, so you don't even have to wonder about what not to wear or what to take. It's all included in there for you. But there's some very important fashion rules, Parisian fashion rules, that you need to be aware of before heading to Paris, because it is the #1 tourist destination in the entire world, and that means that you're going to be sticking out like a sore thumb potentially if you don't avoid these mistakes. So like I said, I'm going to be breaking this down into what not to wear, but also giving you some encouragement and some help along the way so you know exactly what to wear. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start with overall style philosophy. The overall French or Parisian style philosophy is that less is more. It's very much about having a comfort and a casualness, but not being too comfortable and not being too casual. Now, what do I mean by that? You don't want to walk around in just a t-shirt and basic shorts and flip-flops and, you know, kind of just like your everyday American style gear. You want to elevate it a little bit. Another style philosophy that you'll see while you're in Paris is that Parisian women specifically will be sexy. They will definitely have sex appeal, but they won't be overdoing it. So you want to avoid looking too revealing. You want to actually embrace a bit of modesty, leave something to the imagination. So don't wear cutoff shorts with like your butt hanging out, and don't wear super short crop tops or anything with a very low plunging neckline. You want to show off some leg, go for it. If you want to wear sleeveless tops, absolutely do it. And even sometimes occasionally midriff is okay, but it's not something that you're going to be doing where like all different parts of your body are being shown off at the exact same time. I will definitely be getting into more of the nitty-gritty of specific items you need to avoid wearing, but for the final style philosophy, I want to talk about trends and brands. Something that really intrigues me about French and Parisian style, though, is that they're not quick to adopt massive trends, and they're not really known for being ostentatious. You're never going to see a French woman going full bore into, you know, the latest trend in fashion, like biker shorts or dad shoes, tennis shoes, or something like that. And you probably won't see a French woman sporting tons of expensive jewelry, handbags, sunglasses, and shoes. All right, now we can finally talk about specifics of what not to wear and what to wear. So for your bottoms, you want to stick to really comfortable basics. Think denim, an elevated denim, an elevated cotton twill pant, and you want to avoid bottoms that are really, really casual. So if you're gonna wear leggings, make sure you elevate it a little bit. Consider putting some black flats with it and an oversized button-up white blouse with a really chic, worn-in leather moto jacket. Avoid cargo pants that are legit outdoor style cargo pants. And here's the big one, Americans, if you're watching, please do not wear workout shorts or workout pants out and about. For outerwear, you definitely want to avoid, again, that kind of outdoorsy look that Americans really tend to embrace when they're being casual. Things like windbreakers from Patagonia or Colombia, any kind of hooded sweatshirts or branded sweatshirts from your university or from your favorite band or your local sports team, things like that. Instead, you want to stick to really classic go-to pieces like pea coats, trench coats in camel or black. A leather trench coat would also be a fantastic option. And you can never underestimate the power of a lovely blazer. If you need something that's a little heavier, feel free to wear a blazer as a coat, as long as it's a heavy wool. Okay, we are almost halfway done, but in the second half of the video, what we're going to be focusing on is beauty, accessories, and jewelry, and accessories include handbags and footwear. Alrighty, so let's just talk about beauty, and this is a part of French style philosophy. So when it comes to grooming and beauty, French women are very minimal. And if you're going to be traveling to France, to Paris, you need to be aware that their voltage is different than in the United States. So if you are someone who needs to blow dry, flat iron, curl your hair, you need to purchase a very special adapter that is different from the adapter that you would typically buy that would work for your laptop or your cell phone. So if you're someone who can get away with air drying your hair like moi, then don't even worry about that. Just let your hair air dry, do it naturally, maybe bring some sea salt spray or some texture spray and dry shampoo, and you will be set. It's really just more about being natural and casual, which is why I think I love the French and Parisian philosophy on beauty and style to begin with. Makeup is one of those things that in the United States is becoming a massive, massive deal. When I look at women's makeup here in the US, it baffles me that so many products are used to create a finished look. I really recommend that in France you keep it quite simple. You find a lip color that is your lip color. You're just gonna wear that day in, day out while you're there. You would need just a basic lip balm, a tinted FPS moisturizer, and some concealer. Don't forget your mascara, and you can do your brows if you want to. But really, honestly, just keep it simple and embrace the fact that you don't need to achieve this high beauty standard that we do here in the United States. Now we get to talk about jewelry, which is one of my favorite topics. I'm a minimalist by nature. I like simple things, and I think I just tend to gravitate towards, you know, those classic iconic pieces that you can wear for the rest of your life. For example, I'm wearing my wedding rings. I'm wearing a saint necklace that is sterling silver, and I'm also wearing a gold chain that was my mom's from the 70s. So it's sentimental for me, and it's also chic and classic. It's silver and gold, and it's just going to work for me throughout the whole entire trip. I don't even need to worry about how my jewelry is going to work with other outfits or anything like that. But stay away from big costume jewelry. Try to stay away from super duper dangly, loud jewelry type things. It's just really not done there. And we are going to be getting to shoes, trust me, but first let's talk about handbags. As you can see right behind me, I have 3 handbags that I think would work for my trip to Paris. I have a leather bucket bag that's crossbody, and then I have 2 jute or straw handbags. This one right here actually zips across the top, and so that's the one I'm going to be taking with me to Paris because unfortunately it is the tourist capital of the entire world, and there's just a lot of gullible people around that pickpockets and other scammers will target. That's how it is in any big city. It's not just Paris. I lived in Chicago. It was the same deal. It's that way in New York. It's that way in Cologne and Berlin. So just be on your guard, be aware, but definitely bring a purse that either is crossbody with a flap over it or something you can carry on your shoulder, and it has a zipper or something like that. So where people aren't able to just dip their hand in while you're not paying attention. The cool thing about Parisian style is that, like I said before, they're casual. So you could definitely wear any of these bags or something similar to a more evening kind of fancier schmancier dinner out. It's totally fine, trust me. If you feel the need to bring one extra bag, go for it, but don't feel like you have to have a bag for every kind of occasion. You definitely don't want to wear backpacks, nylon bags, fanny packs, things that you would see out and about if you were on a hike or something like that. Shoes are one of the most important things you're going to need to focus on during your trip to Paris, and there's some important rules of thumb to keep in mind. You do not want to wear high heels. You do not want to wear chacos or open-toed hiking sandals, and you definitely don't want to wear hiking boots or sport tennis shoes, trainers, or sneakers as we would call them in the United States. Think about getting some really comfortable black flats, some beautiful flat ankle boots, or even a slight heel. And even though you can't wear high heels just because of the cobblestone and just because it's a little bit too done up, think about a really lovely wedge espadrille or something of that nature. Comfort shoes can be a bit of a trap. And what I mean by comfort shoes is a specific orthopedic design for people who have problematic feet, whether their feet are too narrow or too large, or they have some issue with their foot. If you think that orthopedic shoes are not cute anymore and you have to wear an ugly shoe to wear a comfortable shoe, rest assured, fashion and orthopedics have finally caught up. Two really quick brands I'd like to recommend to you are Taryn Rose and Jack Rogers. Jack Rogers makes a really comfortable but adorable flat shoe, and Taryn Rose used to be an orthopedic surgeon but became a shoe designer. So definitely check both of those two brands out because it does matter. Your footwear absolutely matters. And if you're going to be wearing sandals on a final note, make sure that they're a little more fashion forward, that they're not just, like I said, chacos or something like that. That is about all that I have to say on this topic, although I feel like I could ramble on forever, but you have really hung in there, and I just want to remind you that I do have a free resource for you that will help you figure out exactly what to take with you to Paris, what not to wear, and what to wear. You can get that at this link here or here and also in the description box below. Keep in mind that Paris is a huge tourist destination and that people from all over the world are going to be heading to Paris this year. So you're going to see style from every background. And Paris is a wonderful place to try something new. So even if this isn't really your jam, give it a go. You might enjoy these new style rules and then you can just abandon them when you leave and come back to the comfort of your own style when you get home. Have fun and experiment and just try something new. All right, you guys, that was a lot of information to take in, and if you really enjoyed this topic of learning what not to wear and what to wear, then definitely subscribe, because over the next month or so, as I'm leading up to my trip to Paris, I'm going to be publishing more content that is focused and geared on Parisian style and looking chic, classic, and put together on a budget. So definitely subscribe. That wraps it up, and I will see you guys in the next video.